Welcome to the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, where rude mechanicals do magic. Hello, I'm Bronze Age, Director of the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, and this is Chair Hospital Group Therapy Session, where some are broken, some are just missing parts, and all of us are a little bit shaky. These chairs are made by the Holman Company of Pittsburg, Texas. If there's a Paris, Texas, and a Pasadena, Texas, why not a Pittsburg, Texas? The Holman Manufacturing Company was a family-run operation created in 1962 and operated up until 1996. And they made various styles of furniture. Most of it considered high-end design, sold in very nice upscale department stores and stuff like that. And probably what they were best known was for their Danish line. Won't specifically call it Danish modern in the strictest sense of the word, but this chair with its nice tapered front legs, straight lines, simple back with the dowels here, was one of their Danish items. Now the first surprise of this job is that the Holman Manufacturing Company seems to have put all their chairs together without any glue. Now I'm quite happy about the glue situation, because being this chair could have been made anytime up to 1996, that means that they could have been using PVA glue, which doesn't come loose for anything. And when a joint comes apart, then you might get one side loose, but the other side won't. And then you end up having to break something in order to get it apart so that you can put the part that came loose back together. It just creates a lot of work and a lot of hassle and very difficult kind of repairs. This I'll be able to put back together with hide glue, which is reversible, and we'll have a nice, strong, stiff, stout chair that'll last quite a long time. Now, just as soon as I say I'm going to use hide glue on all the joints, I have a board where a glue joint is separated. So for that, I'll be putting back together with regular PVA glue. Now what I have to do is check all these joints, make sure there's no excess glue residue where there was glue, because they really didn't use much on any of these pieces, and then start putting it back together. I would usually mark all these joints with chalk or tape just to make sure that I was getting everything back together right, because it's real easy to make a mistake left or right, up or down when you're doing this kind of stuff. But it came apart with dowels in sort of random locations, so there's only one way it's going to go back together. Now this chair is going to sit till tomorrow with all these clamps on it. These knee braces on the inside of the back here get tightened after all the clamps are in place. And since my bench is relatively flat, I'm pretty sure that it's going to sit straight without rocking when I take all the clamps off. Now that I've got all the wobbly chairs secured, I'm going to turn my attention to the ones that are actually damaged. And apparently a screw came out of this leg, which put enough stress on this corner that it split apart this cross piece. So the plan here is to cut away this rough part and make a patch for it. So now I'm over at the CAB router table, and I'm going to take this out in a couple of passes. Now fortunately this patch piece is going to be in the least visible part of the chair, but I will have to worry about getting the hole for this dowel on the end exactly where it needs to be. We're at the Packard 12-speed precision drill press. Got a 3/8 bit drilling into oak, so I'm turning it 1800 RPM. Now I've been asked a couple times why I always announce the size of the bit and the speed, and the reason is it's important. Forstner bits, by their design, create a tremendous amount of friction, and because most of them are used for bigger holes, when this is spinning, the outside edge is going a lot faster than your typical twist drill bit that you'd be drilling a 1/4 inch, 5/16 or something like that. And that means a tremendous amount of heat gets built up because of the friction. And it only takes a few seconds at high speed in a hardwood to get this hot enough to where it draws out the temper, and these teeth get rounded over, and this bit, the $26 to $35 bit, is totally ruined. Even this small 3/8 bit right here, I'm turning it 1800, is actually a lot smaller than most cordless drills, which explains why people have so many burned up Forstner bits and think they're just buying low quality bits. No, they're not really. They're just burning them up the first time they use them. Okay, take 2 with added rigidity to the setup. That worked a little better. Now our last chair is missing a stretcher, which is kind of strange because they're here on the inside. It's kind of hard for somebody to put their foot on it when they're trying to step up on the chair or something like that. But it's completely missing, except for a little piece broken off in the back here. Fortunately, I have a pattern and a 1950 model Craftsman King Sealy lathe. This is a poplar dowel, and they cut pretty rough. Lots of splinters and tear out. But they sand very smooth, and that's the important part, because when I go to stain this, any kind of scratch or tool mark is going to show up in the stain. In addition to sanding smooth, the poplar takes a stain pretty well. In fact, now that I look at it, this is the original one, and I can see that I sanded the new one finer than the old one, because the turn marks are still in the stain in this original piece. So more of the tedious glue up on this job. And this is the last chair that I've got to put together. This is Bronze Age for the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage. Thank you for sitting through this video where we put some classic American furniture back under the dining room table. We'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Comments are always welcome. I'll read them all or respond to them all. And frankly, I don't get that many, so it's not that hard a thing to do. Again, thank you for watching.